All right, guys, welcome back to Nick and Joe's Film Room. We got a successful week of videos, I feel like. So today we got the most underrated players in the NFC. Next week will be AFC, but it's a different type of video that we are doing this week, 100%. So I guess we'll just start off with it, right?
We'll start with the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I'm on my phone if this looks horrible. I know it's just too much work, and I don't know.
Even though this player might not seem underrated, I feel like people are sleeping on him still.
Yeah, 100%.
And that'd be Mr. Carson Wentz here.
Yeah, I mean, definitely people think they could win without him, and they can't.
It's like last year he actually had a pretty good season.
Yeah, 27 touchdowns, 7 TDs. That's good. That's very good, honestly. I mean, he's. I mean, and he didn't really have that many targets. He had Nelson Aguilar, which was.
Yeah, he had nobody near the end of the year.
So honestly, he has 2 good tight ends. That's it.
Yeah, if he can go back to his 2017 season, where he would have been MVP if he didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
And the Eagles never know.
I mean, that's probably the most underrated player in the Eagles. I mean, there's not really that many more underrated players on that team, though, I feel like. So.
Yeah, so.
All right, so the most underrated player we have for the Cowboys is Michael Gallup. Definitely, you could probably say it's some of the guys in the secondary because Cowboys have a really good secondary, but now I feel like with CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper, Michael Gallup's the third receiver, and he could be a number 1 receiver on some teams. So.
He had a really good season last year, 1,100 yards. Like nobody's talking about that.
Yeah, and 6 TDs. I mean, yeah, that's not that much, but 1,100 yards with Amari Cooper and Zeke and a okay offensive line.
Yes. See, this is why I said, like, when we did the draft video, this is why I said CeeDee Lamb's could be, like, rookie of the year, because he had 1,100 yards beside Cooper.
Exactly.
I feel like Lamb could do that, too.
I feel like Lamb's going off.
But, yeah, Gallup's, like, an underrated receiver. He's good.
Yeah. All right, so for the Giants' most underrated player, he actually didn't even play a snap on the Giants yet, but he's technically on the Giants. It's Blake Martinez. 155. He's a very consistent linebacker that no one talks about.
This man's just a tackle machine. Last 3 seasons, 144 combined, 155 combined. So you know what you're getting out of him.
Yeah, and you're getting a couple sacks out of the guy again. I mean, not really. He's not an interception type of guy, but he's a run-stopping guy, and that's what the Giants need, I feel like. So definitely an underrated player, which he'll definitely boost the Giants' defense, I feel like, because I don't believe it's that good. I might be wrong, but I don't think the Giants' defense is that good.
It should get better.
It should get a little better. I mean, we hope. All right, so for the Redskins one, I don't know. I mean, I feel like some people might say it's Dwayne Haskins, but he is definitely not yet. So it's not Dwayne Haskins. It is Landon Collins. I mean, I feel like after he got traded away from the Giants, he did bad for 1 season, I believe, right? He
didn't do that bad last year. Just the Redskins were so bad that nobody talks about him.
Yeah, I mean, no. What I meant to say was his last season on the New York Giants, he didn't do that good.
Well, yeah, compared to other ones.
Yeah, so then when he left, it's like he wasn't needed that much. And I mean, he 117 tackles, 9 tackle for loss. That's insane.
Yeah, because when he was on the Giants, he was like talked as like one of the top safeties.
Yeah. I mean,
now
4 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles. I mean, he's a good safety. I mean, but he's not being talked about. He should definitely be talked about because he's a pretty good safety.
Yeah. I mean, 0 picks the last 2 years, though, is pretty little concerning, but I think he might be able to bounce back.
I mean, I don't know, because some safeties, the ball's not getting thrown their way, so it's not their fault. But like, if it's a cornerback, it's a different story. Like the ball is being thrown your way, like you're on some guy. I feel like if he doesn't get one this year, like 1 or 2, I mean, it could be a concern, but I don't know if he's dropping any. Like I don't really watch Landon Collins that much. So.
Well, yeah, because in the Redskins.
But yeah, so he's a good player in a relevant team.
Yeah.
All right, so for Green Bay, we have defense at quarterback. It's, correct me if I'm wrong, Hari Alexander. Is that how you say it?
I'm pretty sure it's Jair Alexander.
Oh yeah, I know. I tried to get it right. It's Jair. Yeah, it's probably sounds Jair. I don't know why Jair. But Jair Alexander, yeah, when he was drafted, I forgot what school he went to, but he was definitely regarded as like one of the best upcoming cornerbacks. And I feel like he has had the stats, but no one just talks about him.
Yeah, like look at the pass defense. He had 17 last year.
I'm pretty sure that was tied with Tre'Davious White for like 4 or 5. I don't know.
It was definitely near the top.
Yeah, it was definitely near the top. And his rookie season, he was like regarded as like one of the best. And then this year, no one just talked about him. I mean, yeah. He's not even regarded as like a top 10 cornerback. I feel like, and he definitely should be.
Yeah.
All right, so a guy that we have for the Vikings is not Kirk Cousins because he is not underrated. Definitely not.
That's for another video.
Yeah, that's for another video. We have actually Eric Kendricks. Eric Kendricks is, as a Vikings fan once told me, he is a pass coverage linebacker, one of the best in the league. But definitely, I feel like after his 2017 season, he was definitely regarded as one of the best. And then last year, in 2018, people really started to stop talking about him. And then 2019, he actually had a pretty good season in the pass game, and it looks like in the run game also, with 4 tackles for loss and 110 combined tackles for linebacker. It's pretty good. 12 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles.
Yeah, he's definitely like a main part of that defense, but I feel like he doesn't get enough credit.
I don't know. I follow Pro Football Reference. Like, it's my main site that I use for stats. And, approximate value, I believe that's, like, an important stat to me. I don't know. That's just me, though. His approximate value is 14, which I'm pretty sure is very high. His approximate value, if you take away a guy who has 110 tackles, 12 pass deflections, 2 forced fumbles, it's going to be a big loss to your defense.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. All right, so for this one, we got not really much to say about him. Chicago Bears, Allen Robinson. He's definitely on Jacksonville, he was regarded as one of the best. And then once you end up playing with Trubisky, you don't really get talked about.
He had 1,147 yards with Trubisky and 98 receptions.
With 63 first downs.
Yeah, he was targeted 154 times last year.
That's 63% catch rate. Those are some pretty good statistics for my guy.
Yeah, when your quarterback's Trubisky, you're not going to really be talked about as like a top 10 receiver.
Yeah, the yards. He had 71 yards a game. With Trubisky there, that's not even bad. Those stats.
7 touchdowns, pretty decent too.
I feel like if Nick Foles is that quarterback, he gets 1,500 yards, and that's just saying a lot.
Yeah, Foles is definitely probably gonna get better opportunities, I feel like.
Yeah. Oh. All right, so for the Detroit Lions, we actually have another guy who has not played a game yet, but is definitely going to be a big addition to the defense, and that is Jamie Collins. I think edge rusher or like defensive end or linebacker, just a guy who comes off the edge. He's a pass rushing linebacker, I'm pretty sure. So, those last 2 seasons speak for itself.
Just look at this last season in New England. He had 3 interceptions. He had 7 pass deflection, 3 forced fumbles, 7 sacks, 81 tackles, 10 tackles for loss, 10 QB hits. Like he might have been a top 10 linebacker last year.
That's top 10 linebacker numbers, and didn't even get like he wasn't regarded as one of the best guys on Patriots defense. It was Devin McCourty and Stephon Gilmore.
Yeah, that Patriots secondary overshadowed him.
Those were the two guys that you never talked about, and I guarantee you, if Jamie Collins wasn't there, that defense would have not. Stephon Gilmore wouldn't have only allowed 2 touchdowns because the amount of pressure this guy brought is just crazy.
Yeah, he did it all.
Literally. All right, so for the New Orleans Saints, we have Jared Cook at the most underrated player on the team. I mean, definitely he does get overshadowed from that beastly offense that they have. But he's definitely going to be a big target. And, I mean, if he's not already a big target. So, I mean.
Take a look at his last few seasons.
I mean, let's look at that Oakland season more.
I think in Oakland that year he was like the main receiver that year.
Yeah. Jared Cook's not a main receiver though. So if you
put up good numbers.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying if you put, and that's with Derek Carr when she had that off season. But if you put Jared Cook is like on the Saints, like I mean, who's the Saints tight end that's not Jared Cook? He only started 7 games, so
I feel like Jared Cook was their best tight end though.
I don't know. I mean, 11 yards per catch. That stat looks. He touched the ball 43 times. 705 yards. It's not even that, but I mean, 9 TDs, 32 first downs for a tight end. I mean, that's definitely underrated because everyone remembers him on the Raiders, and everyone thinks he doesn't even play anymore, honestly.
Yeah, you definitely took the pressure off of Michael Thomas at times and Alvin Kamara.
Yeah. All right, guys. So for the Tampa Bay Bucks, we actually have – at first we had Ronald Jones, but then we realized that Shaquille Barrett did get snubbed of the first-team All-Pro, and he had, I think, 19 and a half sacks, which is literally insane. That is underrated because I feel like many people don't know who he is, and I don't know how.
Yeah, these first few years in Denver, he was hiding behind Von Miller.
But when he got to Tampa, he just.
But this last year, jeez.
I mean, yeah, still got 1 interception, 37 QB hits.
37 QB.
37, 19 tackle for loss.
6 forced fumbles.
Those are insane stats, and like I said, he made the second team All-Pro when he should have made it over. I forgot who the first guy was. I don't know.
Yeah, he could have been he honestly could have been the defensive player of the year.
Exactly, and he wasn't even top 5 in that.
But I feel like since the Bucs weren't that great last year, then he couldn't really win that.
I mean, he got 19.
He ran out an interception.
Exactly. I mean,
he's going to be scary.
Exactly. He's going to be scary now with Ndamukong Suh. No, do they always have Ndamukong Suh?
Yeah, they had Suh last season.
Oh, well, I mean, McCoy, right? They didn't have McCoy.
I think McCoy's gone.
No, who did they just get at defensive tackle? Oh?
No, I don't think they got anyone.
No, check. They got someone to tackle.
Huh?
I'm pretty sure they did. Guys, I know I'm right. There's no defensive tackle. Oh, Vita Vea, right? That's what they got.
He's been on the team though.
No, they got someone new. I'm not. No, they got Ndamukong Suh though.
Suh was there last season.
Okay, I'm just stupid. Never mind. I swear they got someone new. But that's besides the point. That's a killer offensive line. I mean, the Bucs are on their way to like a 12-4 record, sadly, because Tom Brady's on the team. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
All right.
So for the next player, we have Dante Fowler Jr. on the Atlanta Falcons. when he was on the Rams, who was the other guy on the Rams? Or he got shadowed by someone, or no, by Vic Beasley. He replaced Vic Beasley on the Falcons,
Yeah.
right? Or did he get signed this year?
Beasley left the Falcons.
Yeah. I mean, let's see his stats. I mean, they should speak for it. Yeah.
Right here, 11.5 sacks, 16
Mm-hmm.
tackles for loss, 16 QB hits.
I mean, that
forced fumbles.
I mean, yeah, he's not the best coverage, I think, linebacker. I'm pretty sure.
He had 6 pass deflections. That's not too bad.
I mean, 16 QB hits is still insane. He's definitely going to be your. I mean, he's not as good as players like Shaquille Barrett and that, but he's definitely going to be your this guy who just kills the quarterback at least once or twice a game.
I think he's an upgrade over Vic Beasley too.
100%. I mean, Vic Beasley was really good as like first and second season, and then he just died.
Yeah, like he's kind of looking like a bust now.
So next we have a player on the Panthers, I believe, currently. Correct?
Yes.
On the Panthers, yes. He was actually tossed around and then came back. It was just Trey Boston. He's definitely more of a coverage safety guy who sits back. He only has 1 tackle for loss and 1 QB hit, but he has 11 pass deflections and 3 interceptions. And he's pretty good at tackling with the 53 solo tackles. I mean, there's not much. I feel like no one talked about him after he left Carolina the first time, and no one really talked about him then either. And then he got talked about a little in Arizona, and then now no one just talked about him last season, and he had a pretty good season.
He's one of those safeties that like good at tracking the ball down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he sits back and makes sure the receiver does not get the ball, and I mean he'd definitely be good for Carolina as they upgraded their team this offseason a lot.
Yeah.
All right, so probably the most slept on guy in this whole video that most people do not know what his name is Fred Warner on the San Francisco 49ers. I believe he started every game last year. Did the 49ers have any linebacker that was hurt last year at the start of the season? Or was he just a starter the whole season?
I think Quan Alexander went down.
Yeah, so definitely he emerged into the number 1 linebacker. I mean, 9 pass deflections, 3 forced fumbles, 1 interception. He got 3 sacks. But what amazes me is that no one knows who he is, and it's 118 tackles.
Yeah. And he's put in these numbers. He's only played 2 seasons.
Yeah, and he's learning how to stop the run. Yeah. Even more each season, as it looks like. So, he's just gonna keep on getting. I mean, look, he went from 6 pass deflections to 9 to 3 tackle for loss to 7. So he's just gonna keep on. I mean, he'll have 10
and
pass
he had 3
deflections.
sacks.
Yeah, he'll have 5 sacks, 10 pass deflections plus, and 10 tackle for loss plus this season.
Yeah, like I feel like he was a big reason why the 49ers had like a top defense last season.
Yeah. I mean, those look at those combined tackles. I mean, those can stop the guy from getting an extra 2 to 3 yards and with the assist and stuff. All right, guys. So for the Seahawks, we have Quandre Diggs, who got traded midseason, I believe, from the Lions for I think a 6th or 7th round pick, which was a horrible pick for the Lions. They were just trying to get rid of him, I feel like, and he only played 5 games. He probably got injured, but I mean he had 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown, I believe, right? Yeah, 1 TD, 3 pass deflections, 1 forced fumble, 1 fumble recovery, and then 21 tackles in those games. He's an underrated safety. But look at his past 2 seasons before that. I mean, he literally 3 interceptions every single season.
He's consistent.
He's a very consistent player, especially when he's at safety. I know he plays corner. He played corner too, and he wasn't that good. Definitely when he's a safety, he's a lot better. Or a free safety, he's a lot better.
He's not going to give you a lot of tackles, it seems like, but he's a playmaker.
Yeah, he's a ball hawk.
Yeah.
He's gonna knock the ball out of guys' hands and catch the ball. He's not gonna let people complete the pass. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So for the Los Angeles Rams, we have Tyler Higbee. I feel like he's gotten more recognition over this year. He got a little more recognition.
Yeah.
But he's still very underrated for what he did last year. Look at those stats: 734 yards this year. I mean, definitely they had less targets, but still, those are pretty good stats. I feel like.
Yeah, he finally got targets last season.
I mean, yeah, only 3 touchdowns, but 36 first downs for a tight end. And the most impressive stat here is that catch percentage.
Yeah.
You don't really see that too often.
77%. That's crazy.
That's a crazy number right there.
By these stats, looked like he was like Goff's like safety valve.
I mean, yeah. I mean, what other receivers were on the Rams?
I mean, they had wide receivers.
Yeah, because they have Kupp and Woods. Yeah. I mean, so definitely. I mean, yeah. I mean, if those guys don't perform next year, definitely Higbee might sneak into an 1,000-yard tight end somehow.
Especially with Brandon Cooks gone now, I feel like he might get even more targets.
Yeah, it might really be an 1,000-yard.
He might be their number 3 option now.
All right, so for the last person we have on this list, we have Jordan Phillips, who played on the Buffalo Bills last year, but he signed with the Cardinals. I think it was like 3 years, $27 million, something like that.
Yeah, around that.
Yeah, he definitely got paid. He's one of those players that you'll question why he got paid, but once you look at his stats, I mean, he wasn't a starter for the Bills last year, and
the main reason he left because he wasn't getting starting snaps, but like look at the numbers he put
up. I don't know why
as a backup
getting starting snaps. That's the real question.
Because they like Star Latudale, and
I can guarantee you his stats are not as good as this.
And then you have Ed Oliver, so yeah.
I feel like he definitely should have played in more than 9 games. But 9.5 sacks, 13 tackle for loss that's very good, and 16 QB hits.
Yeah. As a defensive tackle, 9.5 is crazy.
He'll be a starter on the Cardinals, so it'll be even more insane.
Like I think he was like second in sacks for defensive tackles behind Aaron Donald.
It's a crazy stat.
My man's being slept on.
Yeah, I mean, no interceptions now. Wait, he had 1 interception?
He had 1 in Miami. So,
I mean, yeah, pretty good.
See, look, he only got 52% of the snaps.
Ran that 5.1740.
I mean, that's not bad.
Yeah, especially for the defensive tackle. I mean,
he's 341 pounds.
Yeah, he was like 20. Yeah, he was 22 when that happened. Yeah. It's not that 341. What? Oh my god.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
6'6" too.
Jesus. All right, so that's gonna close out the video. I feel like the biggest ones we had were Shaquille Barrett. That was a last minute decision, honestly, but I felt like that was the most underrated player.
Yeah.
I guess you could say Quandre too, but I like Quandre Diggs. He's definitely a really good safety. So I think that's gonna close out the video, right, Nick? You got any other things you want to say?
Yeah, I think next week we might do an AFC one.
Oh yeah, next week we're gonna do AFC, and then we'll go back.
Yeah, we'll go back to the films.
What we'll probably do is like an NFL player because we want to watch like NFL.
Yeah.
Film next time, so that'll be after next week. Because next week we're gonna be putting up the AFC list. If you guys like it, we could do an overrated list eventually.
That one could be toxic.
I feel like that would be very fun to watch. So yeah, we'll see about the AFC. About the overrated list, but next week we have the AFC underrated players, and yeah, we have a new video yesterday and a new video on Monday. So yeah, 2-month on Monday.
Sir.
So if you guys enjoyed, please like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And Nick and Joe's filming them out. Peace.